Welcome to Explore Kids Online.
Welcome indeed to Explore Kids Online. That's a great voice there you put on there. Hello everybody, welcome back to Explore Kids Online. We've got another video for you today, and we started doing these videos all the way back during lockdown, and now you've all gone back to school, which is quite a thing. But we're going to keep doing these for at least as long as we can't be doing actual children's activities themselves in church when we meet on a Sunday. Right, so Ellie, the very first thing I want you to do, okay, is I've got you a new pair of shoes. Okay, so do you want to try them on? Okay, try them on and then let everybody see what they're like. I'm not quite sure how you're going to let everybody see what they're like. But you're going to stand on that. Just going to stand on there. Okay, hang on. Whoop, wait. Don't try this at home, everybody, will you? Okay. Oh, my word, look at that. Okay. Can I suggest... So, what do you reckon, Ellie? Do you reckon that those shoes are any good for you?
No.
No? Why aren't those shoes any good for you?
They are way too big.
Way too big. Okay, do you want to take them off?
Do you
want to take them off and we'll get rid of them? You didn't even get to try them both on.
There we go.
You can't get down. There we go, you're down. Everything's safe. Right, shuffle forward. Okay, Ellie. Now, do you know why I asked you to try on these shoes that are massively too big? Well, the reason is this. There is an old saying that goes, "You've got big shoes to fill." And let me tell you what that saying is all about, okay? It's if somebody's got a job and they're really, really good at that job, and everybody thinks they're really, really good at that job and they've done it really well, okay? But then for whatever reason, that person stops doing that job, okay? And somebody else comes in to do the job instead. People might say to them, "You've got big shoes to fill." In other words, your predecessor was so good at this job, you've got a big job to do to be as good as they were. Which, when you think about it, is probably not a very encouraging thing to do for somebody that's coming into a new situation and is a bit nervous and a bit scared and a bit worried. And maybe they're thinking as well, how on earth am I going to do this job after this last person was so good, was so amazing, yeah. And the story today is about somebody who found himself in exactly that position big time. And it wasn't just a little job that he was doing. He actually got to be in charge of the whole country of Israel. Actually, in charge of Israel while they were still traveling through the desert on the way to their new home country. Okay? And his name was Joshua. Okay? Now, Joshua became the leader after a guy called Moses. And here's Moses, okay? He looks very impressive, doesn't he? He looks like he's in charge. He looks like he knows exactly what to do. And Moses was just like that. He'd been the leader of the people of Israel since they'd left slavery in Egypt. And they'd been traveling through the desert to this brand new country that God had promised them. And he always seemed to know what to do. He always seemed to have the answers. And he'd done amazing miracles. And he'd been given these special law for the people. And he'd always been in charge. And he'd listened to what God had to say and told everybody what God wanted them to do. And he was really in charge, and people did what he said, and people respected him, and people followed him. And suddenly, he wasn't around anymore. He wasn't around anymore, and suddenly, the job was being given to the guy who up until that point had been his assistant, a guy called Joshua. And I can imagine that Joshua might have felt just a little bit nervous, just a little bit worried, a little bit anxious, thinking, what on earth am I going to do? What on earth am I going to do? how am I going to do this job? Especially, how am I going to do this job as well as Moses did? But God spoke to him and said, Joshua, I want you to be really, really brave. Okay? I want you to be really brave because, and you can be really brave because I'm going to be with you all the time. In fact, this is exactly what God actually said. He said, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And you can read that in the Bible in Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. And sometimes we can be really worried. Sometimes we can be really scared. Sometimes we can be really anxious. But what God wants us to know is that He promises to be with us all of the time as well. And He promises to go through everything we go through with us and to walk alongside us. I think that's pretty cool, don't you? Mm-hmm. You ever been worried about anything? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Should we listen to a song that reminds us not to be afraid? Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Here it is. Have I not commanded you to be strong?
Stop.
And what? So I love that song. That's great, isn't it? Do not be discouraged. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Now, you've got something really special to show everybody today, haven't you? You're going to show them. What's this? It's a medal. That's very impressive. That's very impressive. The most impressive thing about it, I think, is that it's made of chocolate. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that right? But where did you get this medal from? Ellie, why have you got a big chocolate medal to hang around your neck?
Today at swimming, I went and I went down a big water slide flume thing, and I was really scared, and then I did it.
And then you did it, and so you've got a medal. Okay. Made of chocolate, the best kind of medal. The best kind of medal of all. Well, there you go. Fantastic. So you got a medal for being brave. Even though you felt a little bit scared, you were brave and you've got a medal for it. Well, that makes me think that
we need to make this.
We could. Where's that medal?
What medal?
Where's the medal that we're going to make?
I don't know.
Oh. There you go, as if by magic, the medal has appeared. What you haven't seen is that we've gone chasing around all over the place looking for the medal because we've been because so disorganised we forgot where we put the medal. But never mind, we're going to make the medal. We're going to show you how to make this amazing medal. Let me show you this medal. It's got Ellie written on it, but of course you are going to write your own name on there. And at the top we've got Joshua 1:9 brave, because Joshua 1:9 is the Bible verse that we showed you. Let me show it to you again. There he is. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. There you go. That's Joshua 1:9 brave. You don't have to, not just ordinarily brave. Joshua 1:9 brave. Brave because we know that God is with us all of the time. So we're going to make this medal to remind us of that. And you can make a medal like this too. So the very first thing you need, okay, is various bits of paper. So you need a long strip of paper. It can be any colour you like. Okay. So we got the tin foil as well.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Never mind.
Go
and get the tin foil. It'll be in the kitchen. We're so disorganised today. Okay. Never mind. What you also need is some card. If you've got some card, that's great. You'll see that this one's got a hole in it, and I've already drawn a circle around it. And if you're wondering how to draw to get a really good circle, you'll find loads of things in your house to draw around. And I used some sellotape to draw around. And then you want another bit of paper as well. Oh, well done, El. You got another bit of paper as well. It's all going wrong today. We've got another bit of paper, which we've got some lovely gold paper, but of course if you haven't got any gold or silver paper or anything like that at home, you can just do ordinary. That'll be fine, and you can even colour it in, and you can even decorate it and do all kinds of things like that to make your medal really special. And it will be amazing because you've made it. Okay, so Ellie, what I've got here is a glass. Okay. Oh dear, I haven't got a pencil. We're so disorganised today. So disorganised today. Do you know? While I'm here, while we're waiting, let me just say that, as we said before, the incredible thing about this video is that since the last video, you've gone back to school, and maybe you're a little bit scared of that. You've been a little bit worried about that. You've been a little bit bothered about that going back to school. But remember, what we're saying is that God is with us all the time, and you can know that God is with you at school. I know everything's really, really different now. Everything's really, really weird. Maybe everything's really a little bit unnerving, but God is with you. Trust in Him, and He'll be with you for the whole way through. Well done. Yep. So Ellie is
She's done the first step.
Drawn round her smaller circle, which I'm going to just very, 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 very quickly. Neatly. Yeah. Cut out like that. There we go. Dear me. There we are. So now what we've got is a smaller circle, and I'll cut this one out as well. Remember, I drew around some sellotape for this, but basically you just want two different size circles.
One bigger, one smaller.
One bigger and one smaller. Okay, and that's brilliant. So we've got our two circles. Okay, now Ellie, you got me some tin foil, which is over there. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to get some tin foil. Okay, do ask your mum if you can borrow this tin foil or whoever's at home, rather than just raiding the kitchen. Okay, that would be good. And what you've got to do is the big one, okay, the big circle, cover that in tin foil. Okay, brilliant.
Just
Just fold it over the back like that. Yeah, until. Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, excellent, 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 excellent.
It's not very.
It's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. And now we've got a nice shiny. Yeah, and well, and okay. So, Ellie, do you want to write Ellie on the front of this little circle, which, if I can find the end of the sellotape.
I wrote your name instead.
Oh, my name instead. Oh, it's my medal. That's nice. Okay. And I'm just going to loop that sellotape over. You can loop it over so that it's sticky on both sides. Stick it down on there. And then I want you just to stick that on there for me. Okay. Brilliant. So, that's where we're at so far. Nice shiny with my name on it. That's nice. Okay, so the next thing we need is a piece of paper like this to be like the strip, the ribbon of the medal, and then you need to cut it into a. Well, we've already done it. And you need to cut, as you can see, I've cut it into a sort of an arrow shape there, a pointy part there, and then we need a hole punch.
Which is right here.
Okay. A hole punch, and we need to punch a hole in the thingy of the medal. You're going to push it as far down as it'll go. Okay, and then take it off.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Let me try again.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. It's a bit tricky. Scissors are sharp. Other things are tricky. Don't be afraid to ask somebody. And don't be afraid to try and get a bigger, more substantial hole punch
This is
as
the
well.
one we had.
If you want to, because that'll work better. Oh dear, I didn't. Oh dear.
Just broken it.
Right, can you just punch a hole in there as well?
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
that's
can
brilliant.
punch a paper.
That's better. Right, okay, that's good. Right, now, in order to attach this and this together, you need a piece of string. Okay. So loop one end of the string through the one hole, one piece of string through the next hole, like that, and then guess what you have to do?
Tie it.
You have to tie it, yeah.
I want to tie it.
Oh, it's a bit fiddly. Go on then. You tie it, and I'll explain the next part while she's tying that. Okay, because you want a nice bit of cardboard just to go over the top that you're going to write your Joshua 1-9 Brave on. Because remember, we're not just talking about being brave, we're talking about being Joshua 1-9 Brave. Brave because we know that God is with us all the time. So, again, you just need another piece of paper. Make sure that you get it to the right size, but I'm just going to do it roughly now because of time. But you can measure it out if you want to get it correctly. So you've got a nice square of paper which you can fold in half. Are you all right with that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. Brilliant. Trimming it down. Make it look nice. There she goes. There we are. Let's show it. Show what it's like so far. That's brilliant. Look. And then we're just going to stick this over that. We folded that in half, this top piece. We're just going to slot it over the top there, and then we just need some sellotape, which, again,
right here.
I need to find the end again. Okay.
It's so unprepared.
We're really not doing very well. I can't find the end of the sellotape. Okay. You know, we've done this deliberately to show you how not to do a YouTube video.
Not true. Not true.
Not true. Okay. Gonna cut. So I've got it. So that's one. And just stick it down. Absolute chaos today. We are so good at this. It's scary. Well, it's scary. I don't know about the other part. There we go. And then we stick that down. And then writing on the front, as we say, Joshua. I'm using a pencil. You can use a pen.
Or a
Joshua
marker.
1:9 brave. There we go. Joshua 1:9 brave. Brave because we know God is with us. And if you do want to get something like a safety pin or something like that, or some Velcro or something to so you can actually pin it up again on you like that, you can do that. We'll leave that up to you. Maybe somebody at home will be able to help you with that, and I'm sure they'll be really pleased that I've kind of given them that job to do. Okay, fantastic. Brilliant, we're done. We're done. And you lot just think we're mad now, don't we? But I just want to remind you what I said. God has promised, if we're following him, if we're serving him, if we've given our lives to him, to be with us all the time. No matter what we go through, no matter how difficult, no matter how scary. And maybe you are a little bit worried about being back at school, or something else is happening in your life and it's just got you a little bit anxious and a little bit unsettled. Just remember, God says be strong and be very brave, be courageous, because he promises to be with you all of the time, wherever you go, whatever happens, whatever you face. That's Joshua 1:9 brave. He will be with you to help you, and that's a great thing to remember. So we're going to say goodbye, and we will see you next time. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.